You're welcome to another session of our program. We are here to educate farmers and train them on new and then improved technologies in farming. But today, we are privileged to speak to an agric man who educates and train his farmers on the way to go in using improved technologies in farming. So we will speak to him. Na adeɛ baako a ɛyɛ peculiar ɛwɔ ne ho ne sɛ, apart from sɛ ɔkyerɛkyerɛ akuafoɔ sɛneɛ wɔde abɛɛfo kwan ɛbɛyɛ kua no, ɔsan so ɛde ne ho hyɛ kua dwumadie no mu. Meka ne sɛ mpɛ sɛ mekyerɛ sɛ ɔyɛ kuani mapa nti no mpɛ sɛ ɔne ɛdi nkɔmmɔ sɛneɛ ɛbɛyɛ a mmabunu a yɛwɔ hɔ no biribi bɛtɔ yɛ akoma so na wakyerɛkyerɛ ne nti a n'ani gye ho sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ kua, apart from sɛ ɔkyerɛkyerɛ kuafoɔ sɛneɛ ɔmo bɛfa so a ɔmode abɛɛfo kwan ɛbɛyɛ kua no. Nti we will talk to him for him to tell us why or the reason behind he being a farmer. Officer, good afternoon. Did you say where?
I'm doing very well.
All right. I hope you've been doing a lot, to help your farmers, educating them and training them on, the way to go with regards to new and then improved technologies in farming. But what I've realized is we are not only teaching them the way to go or just giving them the technologies to implement on their farms, but you yourself you are involved in farming. So we just want to do this to encourage the youth that if they are to go into agriculture, will help them a lot and then make something good for themselves. So we just want to ask you the reason behind or the reason why you are into agriculture.
Okay. Thank you very much for your question. Before I start, I'll take this opportunity to greet your wonderful viewers and also urge them to subscribe to your channel. As you said, you shouldn't be an agriculturist without practicing. Agric is an applied science. So I cannot be at the office and telling farmers about a new demonstration or an innovation. I have to try it myself. So if you ask me why is it that I feel good or my motive behind also being an agriculturist and also farming on my own, because I cannot be a fisherman without fishing.
Okay.
And even after fishing, I have to also eat what I went to fish.
That's good.
So I always say that the youth shouldn't be lazy. And as I said earlier, I'm an agriculturist. I need to practice an innovation. So what you can see behind me is a varietal trial that I did on my own. So then I gather all the informations on my own. It's not going to be bookish, like something that I read online or something like that. But I have to put it into practice. So that if I'm transferring that innovation or technology to a farmer, I may know whatever let's say changes that may pop up, so that I can tell the farmer that during this stage, this is what the farmer is supposed to do. You understand? So I have to farm, then I'll know that sure, I have to test it, so that if I'm transferring the technology, as I said, the farmer could believe that yes, this farmer or this agriculturist did it and he was successful, and this was the number of bars that he had. So if I tell someone that this is a variety trial or a new line that I want to introduce to a farmer, that they should try, without me getting the concrete evidence, maybe it may come from other Asia countries, Let's say it may come from Malaysia. They have tested it over there with their lands, and they are saying, hey, the number of bags that you are supposed to get, it has been documented.
Okay.
What about we bringing it to Africa? We bring it to our own land.
So that means
If I don't try it,
yes.
I cannot tell the farmer that this is the varietal trial that I did. I cannot tell the number of bags per that varietal trial you mentioned. Are you getting me?
Unless you try it.
Unless I try it on the field,
Okay.
then I also personally I will gather my concrete documents so that I can extend it to other farmers. So that's the reason why behind that, any technology that may be transferred to me or that I may acquire, I have to test it on my own so that I can transfer it to other farmers with concrete proofs.
Okay.
That's the reason why I farm.
So what you are saying means that whatever technology that you want to, teach your farmers, you have to apply it on your field.
That is it.
To know the outcome before you give it to your farmers to also try on their field.
That is it.
So in this case, are your farmers, accepting the change or the technologies that you are giving to them? Are they seeing the outcomes that you have seen? Are they also seeing those outcomes, or what are their ideas, or what are their
when it comes to farmers adaptation levels, some people are legalized, right? Others today are the innovators. They will take up whatever challenges or whatever innovation that comes to their doorstep. Okay. Then they will invest in it to see the outcome. And because I have tried it, as I told you earlier, I'm having the concrete evidence that this seed or this new line that has been brought over here, I have tested, so I know the outcome of it already. So I can tell the farmers that, Charlie, this type of seed, if you do the per an acreage, this is the number of bags that you'll be getting.
Okay. So let's look at this from this angle. There are a whole lot of crops that you can go into and then cultivate, but I see that on your field right now you have rice. So I just want to know that with all the crops available, why did you choose to cultivate rice?
That's a good question. I could say that upon all the technologies or the innovations that I acquire, on a hallmark, I could say that on field, with all the technologies, Smith Mark said, rice is what I prefer to do.
Why?
In the sense that, looking at the cost of rice on markets, and even in Ghana here, rice is a commodity that I can say that it do match the exchange value in terms of if there is rice or rice in the cedi per the dollar, as in the cedi dollar equivalents. Those people who goes overseas to go and import, if you produce the local rice or if the rice is being grown over here, you can't sell your own very cheap. Yeah. In a sense that it has to match those on the market.
Okay.
Unlike the other staple foods, rice, when you send it to the market, it is readily available, and the aggregators or you can get customers so easily. Right. Because sometimes it comes to a time that even the imported rice, they are scarce on the market. They are not getting some to eat. And rice is a staple food that everyone in a day will consume. So it's having a ready market. That's why I choose upon the innovations that I mostly specify on rice production.
So what are the risk factors? in our country here, we depend much on rainfall to do farming or to farm. So there are times that it happens, it does not rain as the farmers require. So sometimes some people may plant, and then because of rain, they may lose their crops. So in regards to rice, what are the risks involved? Are you guaranteed that you will get your returns, or in the other room you run at a loss?
Okay, that's also a good question. And the rice production on its own, we have the upland rice and we have the inland rice. To me, the little rainfall that I get, I make sure that during my land selection, I will make sure that the land is not all that highly infiltrated. So that in a sense that if the land is less infiltrated, that means there will be water on its surface. And due to that, I can farm anytime that I want. So going into rice production, your land selection is very critical. Because you may select a land that, if we are all dependent on rain-fed agriculture. If the rain fails you, as we said, there's a whole lot of risk and losses. So as an investor and an agriculturist, I also make sure that any land that I select is less infiltrated, so that even in the scarcity of water, I can produce and also get my yield.
Okay. So there is guarantee that if you make your site selection right, maybe you choose a valley that you get enough water for your rice, that means your risk is lower.
Your risk is very lower.
It's lower.
Yeah, your risk is very lower.
Okay. So we just want you to say something that will encourage our colleague youth out there to don't just look at agriculture as something very far, but if you look at it as something that it's very close to us, that if we are taking a very careful look at it, it will help the youth to make something for themselves, but not just to sit somewhere or sit there and then just say that there are no jobs in the country, or the unemployment rate is high in our country. So what do you tell the youth out there?
What I can say is, for you to make, we all know that you have to be a risk taker. So you shouldn't be at your comfort zone then expect to make money. You have to struggle. Money doesn't come by chance. You have to work for it. So I will tell you that though agriculture is capital intensive, but the little that you have, you can invest. That investing, it is a business that automatically, if you are able to control your risk, it gives more profit than any other venture. You can prove me wrong. Without agriculture, I don't think you would think of a business that will give you more than 100% profit.
No.
It's only agriculture.
Even if you invest, you do an investment at the bank, you don't get.
Even investment at the bank that you may think it is so secure for you to go invest. That with the risk over there, the bank may collapse. So nothing comes easy, and nothing comes free. So if you are a youth and you want to be lazy in mind, you shouldn't be lazy in mind. You have to be up and doing. As you said earlier, if I had not been an agriculturist, though I went to the university, that was what I did. I can't go and sit at the office. I also have to be an investor. You understand?
Yes.
So I have to invest what I learned, what I know, and what I'm gaining. I have to invest more. So I can't be at my comfort zone and just be saying I'm an agriculturist without having farms. I have to farm. What proof that you are an agriculturist? I have to have my own farms. And I started from somewhere. As I said earlier, though it's capital intensive, the little that you have, you can invest. Farming a rice, if you want to have a rice farm, you wouldn't an acre, if even you are to do direct seeding or you broadcasting or you transplanting, an acre of rice, though you going by the good agricultural practices, applying fertilizer, planting in lines, knowing the time of panicking cessation, knowing the time of tillering, and you having everything right, it shouldn't take you more than 3,000 cedis to invest in an acre of rice. So if you get a good variety, as I told you that this is a varietal trial that I'm doing, if you get a good variety and it yields very well, look at the money that you are getting per an acre and the number of bags that you get. So the youth shouldn't be lazy. They shouldn't be lazy. We always have to have a side job. At the moment as I talk, you cannot be a government worker and looking at the inflation, how inflation is going, looking at how the country is going. You have to get a side work. And I will encourage the youth that agriculture is the best. Agriculture is the best because it's the only venture that can give you 100% profit or even more than 100% profit. So that's my little advice to the youth.
All right. So we thank you very much for speaking to us. I know that you've said a lot, and then there are a lot of things that someone listening or someone watching you will take, and then it will help that person to also make a decision on as to what to do or going into agriculture, the kind of venture that will help that particular person. So we thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm also hoping that this varietal trial we could do a sensory appraisal on it, and maybe I'll invite or you invite some of your police members to come over so that they will have a feel of it.
Yes. We will be with you throughout whatever. So we've heard the man. The man has said a lot. I know this will encourage most of the youth out there, especially those of us that went to school to do agriculture courses. We shouldn't just sit in the house, but whatever that we learned, we have to put it into practice. Start small. Who might know your end will become big. So we encourage all of you to do something, and then this will help us so that our nation will become great. So you can follow us on Facebook and then YouTube. Just join us. We plant today and we harvest tomorrow. Just thank you for your time.
Okay.